TikTok's chubbiest predator has been caught yet again after one of his underage friends came forward with her terrifying story. Basically, she was friends with Nova from the ages of 14 to 17, which is how old she is now. And Nova started being friends with her when he was 19 to now 21, but obviously they aren't friends anymore. This means that when this girl was 14, she was friends with Nova when he was 19, which is just unbelievably gross. And please keep in mind, this was after he first got exposed for the sleeping on call with the minor and the baby stuff. This was after. He became friends with her after all that happened, so clearly he didn't learn his lesson. This girl came forward not to me, thankfully, but to Solidus Nova, a great Nova archiver on X whose socials will be down below. He interviewed her, and some of the things she said just made my stomach turn. But firstly, we're going to look at the videos and screenshots Solidus and this girl provided. There's also one exclusive video where he kind of shows off his teddy bear or something. It's super weird, you'll see in a second, but anyways, let's get through these screenshots and videos, and then we'll get through the interview. It's only around 7 minutes long, so don't worry. Also, as soon as the interview concluded, both Solidus and this girl cut contact completely, and thankfully, Nova and this girl cut contact as well, obviously initiated by the girl. We're starting off very strongly here. Nova sends a selfie with his makeup on. It says,
"How's my makeup job, lol? Oh god, that's an awful pic."
I mean, is this really makeup? Oh, I can't even. Is this it looks like sunscreen. Like a really messed up sunscreen. The girl says, "Lol, do you have another?" And if you're wondering why that looks weird, that's just Solidus's way of censoring. He uses AI, but either way, that is really, really weird. And now I'm not going to waste any more time. This is the stomach-churning stuff I was talking about. Nova wanted this girl to make him mommy ASMR, and these were the examples he was sending. And keep in mind, these were taken during 2024, so she was approximately 15 years old at the time, and he was 20. There's nothing wrong with liking that kind of thing, but, you know, at least listen to it from adults. I'd say that's a pretty fair thing to say. And not for Nova, though. His taste is he likes them younger, as you could clearly see. This next screenshot is a conversation between the two. It takes place, it should be July 3rd, 2024. I hope it's not the other format, the incorrect format. I'm just kidding, of course. But anyways, Nova said, I have to do the voice.
"Sorry, with finishing up stream. Why do you want to see?"
"Hey, I was just wondering if you think it's okay for us to be talking this late. I'm still underage." Nova, he does this a lot. He just ignores. He ignores whatever the issue is at hand in the message. For example, those thoughtless DMs I showed you a few Nova videos back, where she basically lambasted him, called him out on everything, and he just completely ignored the main points, and of course he's doing it again here.
"You should probably get some sleep. I have work tomorrow anyway."
Lies, but anyways. But don't you think it's weird for a grown person to be calling someone like me after a certain time?
"I normally call someone when I want to grab their attention. I didn't expect the call back."
"Why are you trying to get my attention?" And this is where this particular conversation ended.
"Are you fine with calling later?"
"Sure."
"I pray one day everyone sees who I really am, and that I'm not a disgusting person."
Like, okay. Has this guy ever talked to a girl before? Oh, probably. Well, girl literally, as in young girl, but this guy has zero res. But anyways, she says, "Oh, I don't think you're nasty."
Jupiter and your dates, however, are.
Oh, I understand.
Are you awake?
Yeah.
I'm bored, lol. Yeah.
Just take a look at the times. She sent, "Oh, I understand," almost 9 p.m. And then he just messages her an hour and a half later. Or no, 2.5 hours later. I mean, listen, I don't know about you, but we all know what it means when a guy texts a girl after 10 p.m. out of nowhere. Nova was feeling a certain way, and I'm grateful, at least as far as I know, that this girl didn't give into it. This next screenshot isn't too entertaining, so I'll get through it quickly, and then we can jump into the videos. He says,
I'm bored, lol.
Yeah. Oh, what do you want to do?
After I let my phone charge, we can call for a bit.
Sure.
I'm bored, lol.
At 12 a.m. He should be working at 12 a.m., but I digress.
Lol.
Oh, that's her. Lol, same. What do you want to do?
I don't know, lol. I'm outside right now.
Here's the first video we have up on screen here, and as you can see, he is showing off a pacifier, a very nice pimped out pacifier to this girl. This next video is just all different levels of awful. And hold on a second, is he bricked up? We'll get an instant replay on that. Dude, he's literally bricked up. Look at it. There's no way. This dude Nova sent a video showing off his plushie to a teenage girl and he was bricked up during it. Wow. And if you don't think he was, here's a comparison to when he was showing off his pacifier. As you can see, there isn't much in both these photos, but there's a reason for that. He, let's just say Nova isn't exactly blessed in that area of his manhood. Well, he's not blessed in any area of his manhood, but that area specifically. So, yeah. One picture, he's showing off his pacifiers, and he's got a full Nelson, if that's what you want to call it. And this one where he's showing off his he's showing off his teddy, and yeah, he's bricked up. Oh my god. Now it's time for the actual interview. The girl's voice has been distorted by Solidus to protect her privacy, and so I will be providing subtitles just to make it a little easier to understand. Also, if you pay attention, you'll notice a bunch of other videos that I haven't included here. So have fun, and remember, Nova is a predator.
So, let me make a voice note because this is way too long to type out. So what happened was that I was friends with him for almost 3 years, or about 3 years. So I was 14 turning 15 when I became friends with him, and he used to play Fortnite on Twitch. He doesn't use Twitch anymore, but he had a Twitch account, and I used to play Fortnite with him. He would invite me to play, and we were playing Fortnite, and he asked me, hey, can I have your Discord so I can text you better? And I was like, okay, cool. And the only time he would text me is to hop on Fortnite, and I was like, okay, cool, whatever. And this is before I saw the weird stuff about him or whatever, and I was like, okay, whatever, right? Fast forward, he got, I guess that account, I don't know what happened to it, but he got a new account, and I added him on his new account because he told me to, and then he wasn't talking to me. He was low-key telling me, oh, my life, I hate my life, blah blah, but then he wouldn't respond to what I was saying to him, or when I would reply back to him, he would just low-key just, I hate my life, I wish I did. And then I would respond why, what's wrong? And then no respond until he'd be I hate my life, and then I'd be why, what's wrong? But then he was having a contest of in his server, he was trying to make have a contest, see who could make the best merch, right? And I sent him hey, this is what I think it'll be a good merch for you. And it was really cool. And he told me that he was going to use it, but he never used it to make merch. But then later on in our friendship, he would like we would play games and we would do this and that, right? But then he was telling me like, oh, I hate my life. No, it's fine. And then he'd be like, oh, I hate my life. And then I'd be like, what's wrong? And usually he wouldn't respond. But that day he was like, oh, it's just the trolls and stuff. And they're saying mean things about me. And I was like, why? Like, blah, blah, blah. And he was like, well, they're saying I talk to little kids. And I was like, they think you talk to little kids? Like, what? And he was like, yeah, and blah, blah, blah. And I was like, no, it's gonna be okay. Like, everything's gonna be better. I promise, blah, blah, blah. And everything's gonna be okay. I know, blah, 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 it'll be okay. And he'd be like, oh, thank you. And he wanted me to join a voice call. And I never joined a voice call with this guy besides only like voice chat and Fortnite. And he was talking to me and he was like, I'm sad. I wish I had a hug. I wish I could hug you. And I was like, really? Oh, okay. And then I'd be like, yeah, but how old was I? Like 16? I was like 16. And I was like, oh, I'm 16. And he's like, well, I'm not being weird, am I? And I was like, no, it's just a little. And so, like, that was happening, and he was telling me, like, oh, you're making me regress. And I was like, what's regress? And he was like, oh, it's where I just go back to the state of being a little kid. You make me feel like I want to be a little kid again. And I was like, why? And he's like, because you're such a mommy. And I was like, what? And he was like, yeah, you're such a mommy. You do this and do that. And you comfort me when I'm sad. And I was like, well, I'm just being a friend. And he was like, yeah, but it's more than that. And I was like, okay, that's kind of weird. Whatever. And then he was like, then I started seeing the videos on TikTok, and then I went down a rabbit hole of Nova, and I was like, wait, all of this makes sense, like with the diapers. And when he would talk to me, he would use like the baby voice, right? And so I went on a rabbit hole, and I was like, wait, so the guy that I consider a friend actually is not doing, like, he's a weirdo. So then I was just curious because I was like, because I was just dead ass curious. So I was asking because I seen videos about his binky, and I was like, oh, let me just ask. And I was like, do you have a binky? I think I seen a video about it. And he was like, oh, these trolls, they say that binkies, blah, 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 I don't. And I was like, do you? And he's like, well, I do. And so he showed me his binky, and he said that he like sucking on it, reminds him of being a baby. Or he like would hold a stuffed animal and he would turn on his camera and be like, I wish it was you. I wish it was you. And I was like, okay, this is kind of weird. Like, I'm getting uncomfortable. And I was telling him I was getting uncomfortable. He was like, you think I'm a weirdo? You think I do this? You think I do that? Blah, blah, blah. And I was like, bro, what the fuck? What the fuck? And then he sent me, because he said that my voice was relaxing. He says that I think it's personally annoying, but you know, whatever. But he was saying that my voice was relaxing and that like he could fall asleep to it. And then he sent me like this thing of like his favorite ASMRs, and some of them would be like, mommy gives you a hug, mommy gives you kisses. And he would tell me that he wanted me to like, I guess, make one for him because he was so much of a mom. Like, I was so much of a mother or a mommy, I guess, which is weird. But I have a lot of screenshots of text between Nova. I have videos of him showing me his binky and stuff like that, which I'm very 100% like. I made a TikTok post about it like not that long ago, but it got like no views, and I stopped being friends with him. I told him, I was like, I'm not gonna be your friend anymore, and I stopped being his friend. I unfriended him. I didn't block him, but he low-key was like using me for a little bit. Like, you know, it was just felt worse because it was like, you know, I was like when he was getting diagnosed with like depression, I was his friend and he was telling me while he was at the hospital, like getting diagnosed with depression and like anxiety and stuff like that. And I was there making sure, like, I was like, oh, it's okay. It's going to be okay. Right. But then when he started like doing the Nova Core, or when he started like more food reveals and stuff like that, he started being more of like rah 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 rah. He kind of just like stopped talking to me, and I would be like, Nova, like what's going on? And he'd be like, okay, everybody. And then he started doing the thing where he'd be like, my life, and then he wouldn't respond to me. And I was like, Nova, I'm gonna stop being your friend, because one, you're making me uncomfortable. Two, you're using me because I'm nice to you. And three, he'd be like just asking me for weird stuff. And I was like, dude, I'm just not gonna be your friend anymore.
Thank you guys for watching. Please like, subscribe, and comment and all that stuff. I want to thank my channel members really quickly. Monster Mama, Aquas, Fear, and Solar. Thank you guys for supporting me. I really appreciate it. If you want to be shouted out as well, please click the link in the description and join the channel. Thank you guys for watching, and have a great day.